lose yourself there for like hours and hours on end.
Yeah, well, definitely. I definitely do lose myself in TikTok. I mean, I don't know what it is, man. It's just like so addictive, you know. Like 1 minute you, let me just look at it for like 2 minutes. 2 hours later,
It's like, yeah.
it's like how's that possible that I've just lost 2 hours of my life watching some random sugar honey iced tea. Right, so it looks like we're live everywhere. We're just waiting for Lester. I don't know where Lester is. Is Lester here? Hello, Lester.
Lester, what's happening?
Yeah, Lester wanted us to
Start early
and then messaged me and said, "Oh, so what time are we doing today's podcast? I'm easy today, so can do it at the usual time." And I'm saying, "No, dude, let's do it at 12. Already set up the streams this morning. Ding, ding, ding." Okay, so I don't know if you got the message. So what we could do,
We can call them.
well, I can, I don't know. Don't know if I should do a knock. Hello, knock knock. Hello, Bosbok inkomen. Okay, you don't understand that, eh?
No.
Bosbok. You know what Bosbok is?
No.
It's a bushbuck,
Okay.
but it's a type of antelope in
Yeah.
South Africa. I don't know what the English version of a Bosbok is. And Bosbok is bushbuck 1. So it's a
Yeah.
call sign
Yeah.
in the army. It's like hello, Bosbok inkomen. It's like bushbuck 1, come in, please. And after the third time, someone comes on the radio and says, "Fuck, yeah, it's Bosbok in," which means fuck, you are bushbuck 1. Whereas the guy's calling himself. It's a really, really lame joke, that. So, I mean, while we're waiting,
But I'm sure it happens.
it does, yes.
It does.
Yeah. Heard any good jokes recently?
Good jokes.
Good jokes. I'm not very good at jokes. So for anyone that's watching at the moment, which is no one at the moment because I can see the streams, there's no one watching. The reason why we've got the show thumbnail up and not showing our beautiful faces is because we're waiting for our third partner in crime. And we're just shooting the breeze at the moment. Oleg is going to come up with a really, really profound joke.
No, it's going to be lame one.
It's going to be a lame one. Okay. I'm not really good at telling jokes. I've got to like really, really prepare myself to be able to tell a joke really well because, you know, a joke is always about timing, right?
Yeah.
The punchline. But
it's all about, like putting the audience into the right space and mood and then delivering it.
That's right. You need to almost take them on a bit of a journey and they're wondering, okay, where's this going? And hopefully the joke's not predictable. And just when you least expect it, the punchline comes and they go, that's funny.
Yeah.
It's like the penny drops.
Yeah. So
penny drops.
This one is not really a joke, but I saw a really interesting clip of a guy doing We Will Rock You with Will Smith and Chris Rock.
Well, look, I'm sure we're going to talk about Slappergate on the podcast. But yeah. So can you describe no, you can't.
No, We Will Rock You,
Yeah, We Will Rock You.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I've got a joke for you, right?
Yeah.
So Vladimir Putin is visiting a local school. And he's, all the kids are in class and the teacher says, okay, let's be quiet. Okay, has anyone got a question for President Putin?
Yeah.
So Sarah puts up a hand and says, yes, President Putin, I just wanted to know why did we invade Ukraine?
Mm-hmm.
And he says, Sarah, that's a very good question. Just then the school bell goes off, right? And he says, the teacher says, we'll have to answer that question after the school break. So off they go to the school break, and break is over.
I can see where this is
Yeah.
going.
So, so anyway, the kids are back in the class, and the teacher's like, okay, settle down. I see, Gabby, you've got your hand up. Have you got a question for President Putin? Yes, I've actually got 2 questions. President Putin, why did the school bell go early? And the second question is, where is Sarah? I love it.
Oh.
It's such a weak joke, so predictable. But anyway, it's
I could see
it's a
where you're
funny-
going with this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know. So shall we just kick off the episode, and maybe Lester will join us when he joins us.
Shall we give him a call
Oh, how do we call him? On WhatsApp.
on WhatsApp? Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll have to call him. Let's see if this is going to work. So I'm looking for Taus. Where's Mr. Taus? Tauza. King Algie. Should we give King Algie a call?
Lester.
So I don't know if this is going to go out on the feed, by the way.
It's gonna go out into the feed.
You reckon?
Hey, dude.
Hello, Lester.
Lester.
How are you?
Hello,
What's
mate.
happening?
Good. Did you get my message
Okay.
about the time?
No.
Why not?
No. Because I popped out.
Did you pop out?
uh,
Have you
I
popped back
hear
in
we're
yet?
in the background.
Have you?
I am back in now.
Oh, you're back in now. Okay. So you are on the podcast at the moment, by the way.
Okay, I can hear the background music. This is awesome.
Yes. Yes.
This is actually pretty cool, dude.
So we've dialed you in.
Should we just stay like this now?
Well, I'm just gonna have to put up your one of your frozen photos from
Yeah,
our
yeah.
Skype days.
Oh, yeah, I'm not sure about that.
So are you? No pressure, but are you gonna join us?
Yes, is the answer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, we needed a bit of variety
By the way,
in the show today.
by the way, Lester.
I mean,
hope
normally there's technical issues.
we
Can we
didn't-
put this down for a technical issue?
Yeah, we can.
Well, I just hope it didn't catch you in an awkward time, like in the toilet at the moment, doing some important business. But like, we called you up in like the most inconvenient time possible.
Do you want me to turn the camera on?
No, we don't. We don't actually. This is a PG-rated podcast.
Yeah.
Is
yeah.
it? When did that happen?
Yeah. I've actually just thought that could be an option sometime. Just to dial in someone using WhatsApp video
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
computer.
yeah.
That would actually work.
That would actually.
Just
Okay, we're just not
randomly
going to try
dial
it
them in.
today.
No. Let's not create more challenges for ourselves.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool bananas. We'll see you just now.
No.
No. Is that a South African? No.
Yeah, that's a South African no.
Okay, I'll see you later. Okay, we'll chat
Oh,
later.
look, it's frozen. I can't click the button. Excellent.
Okay. Well, we'll patiently wait for you to join us. We'll ad lib on the way. I don't know.
I can't wait. Should I stay on just to chirp in the background?
Well, you can until such time you pull into what's that thing called? Teams.
Teams.
Andrew.
Hello. Okay, just give me a second.
No stress.
All right.
All right. Stupid Teams doesn't work.
I think they've updated it because like Andrew also struggled to actually like log in, had to restart Teams, then sign back in again.
Yeah, I've done that. And it still didn't work. At least I can see the link this time. Oh, man. Let's completely go out of here. And let's try something else. Now I've just down to technical issues.
It's okay. There's no stress. There's no pressure. You know.
How was your week?
It was actually pretty cool. It was pretty cool. I would definitely give it like a solid 7. Although, like on the personal fitness front, I didn't manage to do everything I wanted to do, but like it was still pretty effective, and I decided that I'm gonna take it easy on myself, and just give recognition for the stuff that I've managed to get done, both on the work and the personal front and the fitness front, which is Hey, here we go.
You say that.
Okay, now we got an echo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bye.
Do we need to move
I can't
this
see.
Yeah.
It's not connected, guys.
What's not connected?
I haven't connected.
To what?
You might be able. Well, I can hear you.
I can
but
hear
my
you.
Teams is still saying connecting, and I can't see anything.
Oh, well, we can see you.
We can see you, dude.
Yeah, hi.
We just need to move you.
Yeah, I just need to, as
Can
usual.
you put me over there?
Center,
way?
center, Leicester.
Okay, I think that's perfect.
Center, Leicester.
I think that's awesome.
Oh, look at that. There's Leicester.
The problem with this is I'm gonna have to cancel it and rejoin.
Okay, you do that. I'm just going to go lock my front door. Because we do live in South Africa. And
No, really?
Okay, bye. Okay, well, let's do that. Realize that front door's unlocked.
Okay, cool.
The rate we game, we're going to start at the normal time.
It's okay, it's okay.
Is Leicester still connecting?
I think he's still connecting.
Okay. Yeah, so interesting. Yeah. I think it's time we're going to have to, I don't know, change
Technical
music.
issues.
No.
But what's your take on the dev work that's happening in Team Space? Like as a person working in the industry and as a I would say like enterprise type user.
Yeah, so I'm, I suppose the kind of tools that I like, well, the kind of features that I would like to have,
Yeah.
which I think are very valuable. Clearly, Microsoft don't think are valuable. But I mean, there is one feature that eventually came, which should have, shouldn't have taken so long to come.
Yeah.
But that was, the whole being able to reply to a message in Teams chat on the desktop.
Yeah.
You could do it on the mobile app, long time ago, but they only really brought in the that feature on the desktop app not so long ago, and I'm like, really? Why did it take so long to create that feature? I mean, that's probably the most important thing.
It is the most important thing. I completely agree with you. Because
when you're having a conversation, there are like 10 people having a conversation on a meeting
on
chat.
A thread.
On a thread. And you want to reply to a particular person. I mean, it's like a bit of a problem, But anyway, they brought that feature out. There's another feature. Okay, sorry, reboot in progress. No worries. Yeah, so you know what I'm going to do is I'm just going to swap the camera over. I wonder if I still... so I used to have a photo of Leicester. Let's try to do this image. You see Leicester?
Image.
Leicester image. Use an existing one, Leicester image. I wonder if this still works. Oh, there you go. Love it. I know. One up. There you go. Don't you just love it?
I love this.
Yeah, so we can just do this and then it looks legit. So there you go. Hi, Lester. Yeah, no, he's frozen again. Yeah, so there's a feature that I would like to have, and that is
I don't think you'll forgive us for this.
no. He's looking mighty fine there. Huh?
No, he's looking. Yeah.
Yeah. Lighting is great. He looks younger than he looks now. Yeah, so there's one feature that I would really like in Teams, which is coming.
Mm-hmm.
It just hasn't come yet. Is the ability to send a delayed message.
Oh, okay, cool.
So in the work environment that we're working in, I would like to be able to, when I'm working after hours, and just got your message now, by the way. I would like to be able to, while I'm working at night, I want to be respectful to my fellow workers, and I don't want to message them
At
after
night, yeah.
hours, right?
No, that's 100%.
But
dude.
I want to not forget that I need to send this message. So normally I would write it down in my diary or whatever and say, oh, tomorrow morning, remember to send so-and-so a message. But like tomorrow morning, then you've got to do all these things. Like, yeah, no, I just, at night, I want to be able to say, okay, send this person a message, but I want to say, I can only send it to them at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Right.
No, that's
Because I do that
100%.
with my email. So if
Yeah.
I send an email, I say,
Do-
only
delay it
deliver
till-
this. Yeah. Deliver at a certain time. So that feature is coming to the native teams. There is an add-in that you can use to do that. But obviously in our work environment, it hasn't been activated
Okay.
as an app, as an approved app in Teams in our work environment. So that's a bit of a issue. And
No.
yourself, I mean, what sort of, what's your feeling on Teams? And
I love it, dude.
yeah, no, I love Teams.
I love it because of the flexibility that it provides you with, basically tackling like different work streams.
Yeah,
You can tackle a short and quick project very efficiently, and you can synchronize all the comms, all the information, all the data, all the thoughts, all the structure in one space.
yeah,
Which is cool. Like, you don't need to like look for emails or sort emails out or thread conversations via emails. Everything is just there.
yeah,
And like, you can easily capture stuff from the chat into like a wiki or like a task list type page on Teams
yes,
or application. So it's like, it's very easy to sync everything up and ensure that the communication is synced in one space.
yeah, exactly.
And you
exactly.
capture all the information, and all the people that need to be involved have access to that information without even like
Sure.
without having to work across email, like OneDrive or Box, and let's say something else like Trello.
Yes.
You know,
What's happening?
Loving the picture, man.
Can you see?
Lester, I was telling him that you're not going to forgive us for this.
I probably look better there than I do now because
Uh,
I had quite a late night.
oh, did you?
Can
But
you hear
was it
the little sandpaper in my voice?
But was it good? Was it good? Was it like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, what am I going to say? It was a rubbish night. That's why I got to bed at 4.
yeah.
Ooh, sorry
Well-
for you.
Well, Lester, can I tell you that I give you credit for being able to stay awake until 4. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
you know what we were talking about last week. You know, it's like when Andrew made the pitch that like 40s is the new 50s, but
And 8 o'clock is
8
the new,
o'clock,
is the
8
new
o'clock
midnight.
is the new midnight.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That's about right.
Yeah. So you've proven that as a 50-year-old, it's still possible to party the night away.
I mean, physically, yes. Absolutely. There's no holding back.
Uh-huh.
There's no excuses. You just got to push on through those barriers and make a night of it. It's the morning after, which is what we're going through now.
Yes.
Which is the challenge, because the bounce back ability is just not there. The elasticity of the bounce back ability has disappeared with age.
Well, I mean, I always wonder, was it always there, or like, is it, I don't know, is it really a thing that as you get older, it's more difficult to party?
Yes.
Okay. Confirmed.
I've been doing this experiment for some time.
Yeah.
And yes, I would suggest the body takes longer. I mean, in the 20s, the glory years, where you couldn't afford to go out all night, but you still did.
Yeah.
And you could go to work next day, no issues. Now
there's
if I go out on a
consequences.
Thursday night, I might be ready for work on a Monday.
There's real consequences. There's real payback.
And like Friday's a dog show, right? If you
just
get out
got
on a
so-
Thursday night. But I mean, people
just-
still do that. People go out on a Thursday night and go wild. And I've done it before as well. It's like,
Guys,
I
can
just
I
don't
be honest with
understand
you?
it.
Can I be honest with you? I don't go large anymore. Like, period. Like, I don't go large
because you
anymore.
don't want to? Because
It's like, no, it's just the consequences. The consequences the next day is just unpleasant, man. It's highly unpleasant. It's like, so like everything is good in moderation, like Andrew was saying the last time. You know, it's like, I try to make sure that like, you know, it's like, because now you realize that the price that you pay for going large might not be worth it.
I think it's the word moderation I have an issue with. Absolutely, I agree with the consequences, and perhaps I have a very slow learning curve. But
I think
moderation does not cross your mind.
But you know what always blows my mind is that like when you start and you have a first couple of drinks and whatever, it doesn't occur to you that okay, tomorrow morning's going to be shit.
Yeah,
It's like you're in it at the time. You think, "Fuck, this is so cool.
This is
Let's have
awesome.
another one. Shooters, tequila, whatever." And then, like the next morning, you're going, "I can't." Are you okay there? Looks like you want to
Yeah.
chunder.
Well, you know, let's not talk about
Like
throwing
tequila.
shots down.
Shooters.
Ugh.
Yeah. Barf. So, Lester, how was your week?
Yeah,
Yeah.
6.
6. Okay.
Well, actually, no. Let's push it to 7, because it was a good night last night.
Good.
Live music. We haven't had a lot of live music during all the
Okay.
lockdowns. This is a band that there's a local band. They play festivals and all sorts.
Is it
And,
like, do they do covers or are they doing their own original music?
They do
Or
their own
mix?
stuff, but
Okay.
so what they do on the side is they've got a recording studio. They do lessons. They do they do all sorts of stuff to do with music. You know, if you want to get into that, supporting, training, good stuff. And they also do covers on the side.
Okay.
So we've known them for years. Individually, they're all artists, and they get together under a different name and they play covers, and they are just so good.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, there's nothing better than that. Get the vibe going.
I mean,
So
They're
what
nice
sort of-
guys as well. I've known them for years.
Okay. And what sort of like genre are they playing? Are they just playing like sort of pub music or what is it like?
No, it's classic rock.
Okay.
You know, we even did a Taylor Hawkins tribute.
All right.
So
Foo
we
Fighters, here
had
we go.
few fighters, Killers, Muse. Gosh, we've had everything.
Oh no, nice.
No, it is special. But geez.
Lovely.
I think it's
Keeps
really
Keeps
cool.
it keeps the machine well oiled. I'm sure the music. Another beer.
Well, everyone was singing, and it's a
Yeah.
pub, right?
Sorry,
The
what did you
venue's
say
a
there?
pub.
Everyone. was-
Everybody
was
singing,
Yeah.
singing along.
Yeah.
Ah!
So is it like, and I mean, it's typical smoky bar. Is that what the vibe
smoking.
is? No smoking.
smoking.
Of course.
No, I can't smoke in
forget.
pubs anymore.
Yeah.
No drinking.
just heaving, people sweating. It was so hot in there.
And
Sweating
no
over
worry
each
about
other.
COVID, right?
Man, if I don't
COVID,
get
what
COVID
COVID?
now, I don't know when, because there people belting out the songs, phlegm everywhere. Yes, or the signature of a good evening.
Oh shit. Yeah. Anyway, my week's also probably a 7. I don't know, Oleg, where you landing?
Also 7.
Also 7.
Yeah.
Okay,
What?
cool.
We have never had 7s across the board.
Yeah. Well, at least
I mean,
it's
for
not
that, we
3
should push it
6s.
to 8.
At
We've
least
had
it's not
6s.
3 6s.
Yeah.
Playing an Iron Maiden
Oh.
song now. The number of the beast. Yeah.
I was, by the way,
Six,
it's
six.
like about the Foo Fighters tribute. I saw the news. I saw the news this week. It's pretty bleak.
Yeah. Well, I mean, besides the fact that the guy's 50.
Yeah, I mean, he's my age.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, but I mean, I suppose it's all come out now that he was packing quite a substantial amount of drugs.
Produce.
Yeah. And I
But
think
I mean, come on, Andrew. 25, substances. Different
25.
25
It's
different.
1 or 2. Yeah.
It's not a big deal for rock and roller like that.
Yeah, I think what they say, what the biggest problem was that it was the mixing of
Yeah.
stuff that created a problem for him. So he's essentially, it sounds like he had a heart attack as a result of mixing.
And it was in Colombia, right?
Yeah, he was in Colombia. So the first thing that they came out is, but don't think that Colombia is a bad place to be. It's got nothing to do with us, drug cartels. Yeah, so unfortunate.
Yeah.
Bit of a PR nightmare there for the tourism minister in Colombia.
Well, maybe not the PR nightmare. Maybe it's.
Anyway, I mean, it's a sad.
It's
No, I
really
mean, it's a
bleak,
sad set of events. I mean, unfortunately,
It is.
And I
I'm
suppose-
just looking at the outcry of support, because, I mean, I hadn't realized, or I'd forgotten, and with my age, that he used to be the drummer for Alanis Morissette. And I saw Alanis Morissette in Durban
Mm,
when she toured, and he would have been the drummer there. And I
yeah.
missed all that. No, I mean, he's going into a Dave Grohl band as drummer. That takes kudos. I mean, I know they were
Yeah.
mates before,
Mm.
but I mean, he's a legend, and the volume of the tributes and everything that just for him. Can you imagine if we lost Dave Grohl?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the whole planet would go into mourning.
Mm.
It's, jeez, yeah,
Yeah.
legends.
Yeah, so sad. Yeah, sad to hear that.
Yeah.
And did you catch the good old Slappergate? Oscars.
Yeah.
We will rock
Will
you.
Smith.
We will rock you.
I see he's resigned from the academy now.
Yeah, I mean, but what does that mean, really? I mean, is it?
Well, he
like
loses
such a big-
voting rights, but I
Yeah,
mean, he's
sure.
already a big star, so it's a gesture.
Yeah, I suppose he did that before he got expelled. Because if he gets expelled, he goes into the same list as Harvey Weinstein, Roman Polanski, etc., etc., etc. I don't know. Does he really?
Yeah, you don't want to be on that list. I mean, a slap's a slap.
Yeah. Well, look. Well, okay. This is my
If
take.
he punched him, would it have been any different?
No, well, put it this way. This is my take on the whole situation. Right?
Okay.
Is that he? I have an issue with it. Right? And one of the biggest reasons I have an issue with it is because he took away from all the other good stuff that happened that evening. You had 3 women that were hosting the show that were doing a great job. There were all the awards that were presented after that incident. No one really took notice.
Yeah.
Those people that, it was also their evening, not only Will Smith's evening.
Smithers.
Yeah, he took that away from all of those people. I mean, besides the fact that he assaulted one of his fellow mates on stage in front of the whole world. I mean, besides that, and I suppose in a world where you're trying to diversity, and the academy is being accused of not recognizing people of color when it comes to awards and etc., and there he's pipped to take the Best Actor award for the first time in his life. I mean, that's overshadowed by his big match temperaments not kicking in that moment. That's my take.
Did you watch it?
I didn't see it live, no. Obviously, just picked it up on social media the next day.
Yeah.
Lester, your take. Let's see some moderation.
I'm just choosing my words.
Yeah.
I love. It's a shame that, I mean, I get that in the moment he felt the need to defend his missus, and that's what his natural reaction was.
But
and perhaps he's so famous he doesn't even realize that he's in front of millions of people and the consequences of it. He felt that was the right thing to do. Screw everything else. And there's consequences.
But just think about it.
He's overshadowed the whole thing.
Yeah.
Do you know what? He won an Oscar for his role. Does that now draw more people to go watch that movie because he got an Oscar, or because he Will Smith and people remember what he did at the? Yeah, but he's already a big name. So.
But I mean,
can
like for you, I mean, are you the kind of person that would see an incident like that and say, well, okay, that's it. Don't like Will Smith anymore. I don't like what he stands for. And my sort of protest or contribution to that is, I'm not going to go watch any of his movies. Is that what the...
No, because I still enjoy his movies. I think the problem I have here is probably more Chris Rock. He's always irritated me. So in a way, I'm like, yeah, okay.
But let's get this out. Do you think like Chris Rock, regardless like of the joke, or a poor attempt at the joke, right?
It wasn't funny.
Does he deserve a slap? Let's just get it out there.
He's deserved a slap for years, for many things, and his poor comedy.
No, I'm
Maybe
talking
I'll get
about
a slap for calling him poor comedy.
I'm talking about like that particular moment and that particular instance. Does he deserve a slap? Let's just establish this.
No, heckling is probably better, because if the comedy is poor, you heckle. Mm-hmm. If you're going to be a comedian that presents a major award ceremony, you better be good.
Yeah.
If not, the crowds in the world will take you down.
But okay, what's the biggest insult that you can serve to a comedian that cracks a poor joke?
I just compare him to Ricky Gervais, who does the other award ceremony, right?
Yeah, the Golden Globes.
And Ricky Gervais just does not hold back.
Yeah.
And he's not apologetic for it.
Yes.
His comedy is cutting. And then people understand that. So perhaps taking a dig at people is poor comedy. I just think of the live comedy things I've been to. If a comedian starts picking on the people in the front rows, I get bored. I'm like, this is old school.
Yeah.
Not funny. It's been done. Be funny. Yeah. Tell a story. Be a comedian.
Yeah.
Anyone can pick out somebody in the audience and take the piss out of them.
Yeah. So
that's not funny.
Yeah, sure. We'll talk about some other comedians, but I mean, going back to my question.
Let's just establish first things. So like poor joke about the baldness is a no-go area.
Well, he didn't make a joke about the baldness, really. He made a joke about her haircut, which is as a result of... See, because, I mean, if you understand how comedy works or how a joke works, is you make reference to something that you fill in the blanks.
Indirectly. Yeah.
So what he did is he made a joke about saying he's looking forward to seeing her in G.I. Jane 2. Okay? He didn't say anything about her hair. He didn't make any reference to her haircut. He didn't make any reference to her health condition or that resulted in her shaving her hair off. So a lot of people hit back and say, well, it's in poor taste to make a joke about someone's health condition. He didn't make a joke about a health condition.
No, but I think
90%
everybody understood what he was saying, though.
No, but a lot of people didn't. I didn't, because I didn't know that she was suffering from.
You never saw G.I. Jane?
Well,
Oh, I see.
I never knew that she was suffering from that condition.
Yeah,
Right.
okay.
So when he makes the joke and I see, oh, okay, she's cut her hair short, and I have to say, she looks quite attractive. She looks quite mean. I mean, she looks quite, if you know what I mean.
I mean,
it's
she
like,
was with hair, to be fair.
Yeah, sorry.
She was attractive with or without
No,
hair.
no,
I mean,
no,
she
no.
is
But what I'm
attractive.
saying is that it doesn't.
Let's just
It's not
establish-
like it's not like she looks bad because of the fact that she shaved her hair off. So like if I mean, I don't know about it. I didn't know about her condition. If I saw her on the red carpet and I see, oh, she shaved her hair, that's quite a bold statement. That's pretty cool. It suits her, as an example, right? Then you go into the show and then Chris Rock makes a joke. And I say, oh, okay, I remember she was on the red carpet. She had shaved hair. Okay, I get the joke. Okay. Yeah. Not the funniest thing, but yeah, okay, I understand the joke. But he didn't make reference to her health condition. He didn't even make reference to her short hair. People filled in the blanks. So he didn't, I don't see it as a problem.
So you don't think he crossed the line?
No, I don't think he crossed the line. I mean, if you're referencing someone like Ricky Gervais and saying that he's got, cutting edge, or not cutting edge, but
Cutting,
I mean,
just
he's
cutting.
cutting things, and like no one's ever stood up and flipping whacked him. Go watch his comedy show. I think it's called Humankind or something like that. I mean, he's talking about kids with cancer and making. But then he
Right,
explains the joke. He says, okay, but that's not a bad joke because, and he explains how the joke works, right? I don't like the joke. It's a little bit, it's like,
Creepy.
it's a bit creepy and whatever. But, it's not like I'm now going to get up and slap him or, whatever it is. So I don't know. I don't think it was a great joke by Chris Rock. I don't think it was the funniest thing, but I don't think that he crossed the line in the sense that he was making fun of someone's health condition, because he didn't make any direct reference to it.
So
A large number of the people said that they didn't know that she had alopecia, so they didn't even put two and two together. But they did get the reference to the short hair. Okay, so yeah. And like going back to my questions, like what is the biggest insult that you can serve a comedian when he makes a bad joke? Right? Is not laugh. Right? That's the easiest and the most cutting thing that you can do for a comedian is to not laugh at his joke. So all Will had to do was not laugh. And unfortunately,
He initially was
on
laughing.
camera, he did laugh.
Initially he was, and then he realised that his missus wasn't happy, and that's when he flipped a switch.
We presume, because we didn't actually see the
it seemed
look
away.
between the two. So, one has to be really careful about, okay, what. But my point is, like, from the moment that he decided to stand up to the time that he got onto stage and whipped Chris Rock, how long was that?
Well, from the clips
3,
I've
5 seconds, whatever. I don't know.
Yeah. As
He
the
had
camera
enough
turned
time.
away,
He
was
had
already
enough
up.
time, even if he was initially upset, and it forced him to stand up. Now he stood up. Now he needs to recover, do whatever. I think he's professional enough to have got to the top of the stage there and maybe pivoted his anger into something and made a joke about Chris while he was on stage, put his arm around him and said, whatever, and then just walked back down. And I don't know, it's easy to talk about it afterwards, but my issue is that he had enough time to change his mind. Even if he was upset in the beginning and said, okay, I'm going to go slap this guy now. From the time that he stood up to the time that he actually got onto stage, he had enough time to change his mind.
there's a lot of course of action he could have taken. He could have just shouted back, going like he was doing after the slap. Don't use my
Well, he
wife's
didn't
name.
even have to.
You know,
I I think
Or he
that
could have
just
just
made the
kept
matter
quiet,
worse.
or he just could have, there's lots of options.
Yeah.
But this is what happened. This is
Mm.
his natural reaction.
Yeah, it's very
What
sad.
did Chris Rock say about this whole thing, or didn't say anything?
Well, so I was reading some stuff today. I mean, obviously, there's things that have happened after the event. One of them was that Will did apologize to Chris Rock on social media.
Yeah.
He then did apologize to the Academy, apparently on a Zoom call. He then, obviously, the Academy said that they're going to take disciplinary action, whatever that's going to be. And then I saw the producer of the Academy show was interviewed, and he explained what happened after the event. And after the event was the police were there, the LAPD were there, and they were asking. They had said, look, they will do whatever they are prepared to arrest and remove Will Smith from the premises. And they asked Chris Rock what he wanted to do, and he said, no. He just wants the show to go on. He doesn't want to create a bigger scene than already has been made. And he said he's not going to press any charges. And then Chris Rock is busy doing some comedy tour at the moment, and in the comedy tour, apparently one of the audience shouted out Will Smith, and Chris Rock said, no, we're not going to go there. And then he just said, listen guys, I'm still processing, so I will talk about it at some stage, but not now. So yeah,
Maybe he's been the bigger man. Or
look,
he's using this as more material for the future.
Yeah, and I mean, Lester, I can side with you. I'm not exactly the biggest Chris Rock fan, right? But because I don't think that he's a great. Well, yeah, I'm just, for me, it's two people. A comedian's made a joke, and another guy's taken offense to it, and he's got physical about it. Whether I like the comedian or not, I still think it's wrong. In my view, I wouldn't want that. I just think that it's a bad example.
Do you think it's going to set a precedent in terms of, do you think the next thing we're going to see is Ricky Gervais getting slapped?
Well, I suppose this
at the Golden Globes.
Well, it's possible now.
I don't think he presents it anymore.
I don't know. I just think that
Ricky Gervais would just throw a pint back at the person.
Yeah.
He would fight back.
Yeah.
Do you think Ricky would fight back?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, he's...
Come at me. I will glass you with this pint of beer in my hand.
Yeah. I mean, are you a Ricky Gervais fan?
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, I'm not going out my way. Like, the stuff on the series got on Netflix, it's not my cup of tea. Yeah. Afterlife.
Yeah.
New series, it's got good reviews.
You'll need to unlock your iPhone
first. Don't unlock your iPhone. But I would hate for Ricky Gervais to be flattened by The Rock if he just mistimes his joke.
Well, yeah, talking about jokes, they said the next time the Academy, they're going to have The Rock as the host. Not Chris Rock, The Rock.
The Rock, yeah. Oh, screw it, bring in Tyson.
Yeah, Tyson.
Mike Tyson.
I also saw Mike Tyson, yeah. So in terms of comedians, I mean...
Try to slap that guy. It's going to be the last slap you're going to deliver.
Well, I suppose you have to be tall enough to actually slap The Rock, right?
Then you're going to have Wycliffe Jean in the audience. Someone call 911.
Yeah. So in terms of comedians, I mean, who would you put on the top of your list in terms of comedy that you enjoy?
Ooh.
I can see Lester is definitely a Dave Chappelle guy.
Maybe it's the camera lens. It's a bit fuzzy today. Or the light behind my head.
I'm just messing you. I'm just kidding.
Let me think. Jimmy Carr, I enjoy in small doses, but again, he probably is too cutting to the bone.
Yeah.
But I do enjoy him on. I don't enjoy him on as his stand-up. I enjoy him and he's in his TV series where he's doing countdown.
Yes.
That's probably more entertaining.
Yeah.
It's cutting in small doses.
Yeah.
Favorite comedians? There's quite a few, I suppose.
So, well, okay, let me just ask the question. In terms of comedy, I mean, like the various types of comedy, you know, the guys that are like, let's say like Chris Rock or Ricky Gervais, or like really tackling really sort of risque subjects and, you know, like almost like shocking people. Some people use a lot of F-bombs. But then I suppose you get a comedian who doesn't use any swear words, doesn't cut against the bone with some of these touchy subjects, but cracks a really, really intellectual joke that makes you think. Or, you understand what I'm saying? Like,
there's different types of comedy, and I think
sophisticated joke.
there's things that I've got to be in a mood for. I mean, I've seen a lot of live stand up around the world, and it was quite interesting because there's different senses of humor.
Yeah.
But I just the key to comedy is the timing. You're telling a story, and it could be a short story because there's a very good comedian that just does one-liners. But it's about how he delivers that line. But then there's this story. How can you deliver it? You've got to choose the right words. Is there innuendo? Is there suggestion? You know, are you like Chris Rock trying to get people to fill in the gaps? I like that. That's intelligent. But it's you've got to be able to deliver it. And I found that too many people were just doing the same old stuff.
Yeah.
It's been overdone. Lesbians overdo the lesbian angle. The various Indians would play on the Indian side and how they live in this environment. Similarly, other races are doing the same thing. Yes, it is a good story, and it probably appeals to the genre of people that follow that, but it's done too much. As good as a comedian as you are, and getting the timing right and the content right, you can just replay the same old stuff because it works, and then it gets overdone. So I think my choice in comedians does fluctuate a lot. There's some people I like early on, and then I lose. I don't follow them anymore. I think back, I used to love Lenny Henry many years ago, and then
is it a blast from the past?
Yeah, but now I'm just like, I wouldn't go to a show now. I paid to go to a show 20 years ago, not now, because it's just not. Maybe comedy's evolved and moved on for my taste. But I've got to be in the mood for the certain thing. That's why I like a bit of stand-up, because you're probably going to have 4 or 5 comedians that stand up for a short period of time, and you're not going to like some of them, but some of them you will like.
Yeah.
And that's what I go with, playing the odds.
Yeah. So
Your side?
Yeah, so I suppose I go with less on the, you go through phases where you're enjoying a particular guy's comedy. I've had the situation where I really enjoyed Russell Peters, and he had one. Well, no, he had one tour that was really, really great, and then I actually saw him live here in South Africa, and he wasn't that great, right? I enjoyed Trevor Noah's stuff a couple of years ago.
When he was local.
Yeah, I think he's just, I saw him, so it's, obviously pre-COVID. He was okay. This is after he had been, started on the Daily Show.
Yeah.
He came back to South Africa to record a series with Mnet. It was there at the Lyric Theatre at the Godre City. And basically what they were doing is he was promoting local comedians, which is great. So what he would do is I think they recorded like 10 episodes in one night. So we were like the audience, right? Obviously in the Lyric Theatre. And then what he would do is for each local comedian was one episode. So what he would do is he would come on, he would do a little bit of comedy, and then he would introduce this local comedian, and then we would all have to clap and cheers, bring it on, yay. because it's, each comedian was an episode, and they had 10 comedians, and they recorded 10 episodes in that thing. And so, Trevor Noah came on 10 times to do some comedy, and it was like, it's okay. Didn't knock the lights out kind of thing. Russell Peters, I really enjoy Jimmy Carr because he is a little bit risque, and I can laugh. What I like about Jimmy Carr is that he's very, very good on his feet on the stage when someone heckles him and that kind of stuff. He's very good at ad lib kind of stuff. So I respect that. I mean, I don't think there are very many comedians that have that ability to pivot on stage, make a really, really good joke based on what's just popped up in front of them. So I do enjoy it. And I like Ricky Gervais as well. I do find he's, like Lester says, you have to be in the right mood because some of his stuff is really heavy, right? I mean, he really cuts very close to the bone on some issues. But one guy that I really, really enjoy is Riyad Musa.
Riyad Musa is cool.
Who's a South African guy, and he doesn't really go too risque. I mean, he's not using lots of F-bombs or that kind of stuff, but he's very funny. Like, and the subjects he's talking about is like stuff that he experiences, was generally is what a lot of comedians do, is that their material comes from their observations of what's happening around them.
Yeah.
So Riyad Musa, probably, like Riyad Musa's show that he's got on Netflix, I've probably watched 3 times and laughed as much each time because it's like really, really funny.
If you watch the same content a second and third time, are you still laughing at the same content?
I suppose if there's been
even
enough,
though you know what's coming.
And sometimes you pick up on different things, or you like think of it, find it funny for a different reason. I mean, or I suppose if I watched it back to back within a couple of weeks, it wouldn't really make the difference. But if you like watch it a couple of months apart, you can, because like sometimes you forget what the joke was. You remember more or less what it was about, but I've watched that Riyad Musa thing more than once and laughed as much in each time. Retail, not retail therapy, but comedy therapy.
Send us the link. I think I've seen him.
Yeah, I will. He's actually a medical doctor, qualified medical doctor who wanted to become a comedian. And there was a movie called Material, which is like loosely based on his sort of like life, but obviously dramatized, or it's not based on him, but the story of a guy whose family wants him to become a medical doctor, but he wants to become a comedian. That's the storyline. So there was a movie called Material, and
I think I've seen
the
that,
second movie's just come out now. It's called Material 2. But Riyad Musa's really like.
Okay.
I'll send you a link.
Sweet.
Yeah. And yourself, Oleg?
I like
comedians.
A lot of different comedians. It's like I can watch Jimmy Carr, but I agree with Lester, like in small doses, so I can't watch him continuously. I love Riyad Musa. I love Trevor Noah's earlier stuff. Especially when he was like doing his stuff in South Africa, South African-based content. It's really cool. I like Dave Chappelle. I like some of the Chris Rock stuff. It really depends. It's like like sometimes you're just in the right mood for that type of jokes.
Sure.
It's like, and if you're in the right mood and it's like it connects with you, I think it's really cool. I think the whole point behind the comedians is just like holding a mirror to society. Like making you aware of your own biases and stereotypes, and it's like in a not a confrontational way. So it's like, sometimes it's like they just hold a mirror to our faces, and then like you realize stuff, so but in a cool way. In a cool way. So not not in like a hyper aggressive way, saying like, "Oh, no,
I
you're
suppose being able to laugh at ourselves in a way.
wrong." Yeah. Like,
Have you guys seen Russell Howard? That's what he would do. He has a TV series, it's been going for years, and it is putting a mirror to society, and he he pulls out different topics, and it can be serious political stuff, but he will make light of it and break it down, and every week's a different episode. Look, they're all googling it now.
Yeah.
Okay, while you're doing that, Jack Whitehall can't stand.
He was the guy that I was going to bring up.
Why?
Okay, so now there's he with James Corden and Andrew Flintoff, and they have a sporting comedy kind of show on Sky, and that is brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
Him and Andrew Flintoff, no nonsense Flintoff, are always in a team together, and the banter that flows is brilliant, and you can only do that if you're experienced with comedy. So I like him in that, but no, on his own, just even the series he did with his dad, I just got bored.
Yeah, I think the first season was interesting. The second one, and I think they've done a third. I lost the interest. Yeah, look, I mean, I have enjoyed some of his stuff. But like I suppose every comedian's got their good days and their bad days. Yeah, so.
I mean,
To say that you're a fan of all of the work of one comedian is probably very difficult to say.
Yeah.
Billy Connolly would probably hit that list for me. There's not many. And I've been following Billy Connolly for too many years.
Yeah.
But there are emerging ones. I'm just trying to think. Bill Bailey. Have you seen him? He's done a tour of South Africa, actually. And he did a nature program with the baboons down in Cape Town.
Okay.
An extremely talented musician and comedian. But again, he's done a lot of good stuff over the years, and I've never seen bad stuff.
Yeah.
Stuff where I just go, oh yeah, no, you're gone too far now.
Yeah.
Sean Locke was good. Nice balance between a bit invasive or just telling a good story. It's a shame he died last year, but there's some up and coming guys. The Scotsman Kevin Bridges, telling about his outlook on life, growing up in Scotland in a rough neighborhood. Good storytelling.
Yeah.
Good storytelling.
Yeah. So I suppose that's what. Can you remember many years ago they used to have this thing on South African TV which was Spies en Plusie or something like that.
Oh gosh.
Man.
Okay, no.
Jan Spies and somebody else, I can't remember. And basically, I mean, I suppose it's more about the fact that the stories are told in Afrikaans, and because Afrikaans is such a descriptive language, when you listen to it, it's quite, if you understand Afrikaans, it's quite, how can I say, it's quite colorful in a way, because I suppose, like when you directly translate it in your head, it's like, sounds very weird. But
but they have a way of describing a moment.
Yeah.
So you understand exactly. You can paint
very
a picture
descriptive,
straight away.
Yeah.
He was in the veld. It was that kind of sand. It was that weather.
Yes.
And he was wearing that. And they could probably describe all of that in about a sentence.
Yeah. But I mean, they would have this show where they would, basically it's stories around the fire, effectively is what it is. And, they would sit around and they would tell these stories, and they it's funny, it's comedy, but it's like based on like true stories or whatever, where the guy tells about a funny moment, and it's like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like very, anyway, we'll leave it there.
I've been relaying a childhood story of mine to my mates at the poker club.
Yeah. Are you doing it in Afrikaans?
No, oddly enough, I don't think my Afrikaans is that good anymore.
Yeah.
So, well, it dawned on me some time ago that my upbringing to the average UK person is quite bizarre. You know, they always had visions of us living in mud huts, fighting off lions and nonsense.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they've moved past that now. But if you think back, you know, we had poisonous snakes in the garden. We had, you know, we went out, we did stuff in the bush. We might have been city slickers, but, you know, we had opportunity to engage with a wildlife that you just wouldn't get in the UK. Yes, there's a poisonous snake in the UK. And it's not one that's escaped. It's there is only one poisonous snake here, whereas I think there's 200 species of snake in South Africa, 18 of which are poisonous, or something like that. So theoretically, the odds are when you come across a snake, it's not going to be the poisonous type. However, the poisonous types seem to be more prevalent. And so if I'm telling that sort of story, they all start glossing over, going, "There's 200 different types. There's 18 different poisonous snakes." So they can't relate to a lot of the stuff I tell them.
As besides the scorpions.
Sure.
No, I don't even go there, man. You just got to stop. The spiders, I tried that once. I tried to explain what a baboon spider was. Had lots of encounters with them. But anyway, my favorite story to this group, because they can get it, and it's the way perhaps I tell it, is that my mate Aubrey and I, when we were, 14, 15, went on a fishing thing. I'm not going to go through the whole story, but Aubrey and I basically got bored, convinced the guy with the boat to go and drop us away from where the parents are fishing, because we wanted to go explore the veld, the bush. And we knew that on one side of this lake was a nature reserve and the other side wasn't. And that was the premise of what we went with. But what we didn't realize that the game reserve probably covered 3/4 and went halfway around the lake. It was a big lake. So anyway, we got dropped off the side of the lake by this guy, and we said, "All right, bye. We'll see you in a couple of hours. Yeah, we'll be here. Don't worry. Yeah, no, bye." Thinking we were on the safe side, not on the game side. I turned around. Now at this point, this is where I tell the story. Aubrey's eyesight wasn't particularly good, but he didn't like wearing glasses. So bearing that in mind, I turn around and I see a rhino under a tree about, 30 meters away. Now, rhinos don't have a good eyesight either. And I turn to Aubrey and I say, there's a rhino under the tree. And he's like, no, man, don't be stupid, hey. And I said, don't move. There's a rhino. I swear there's a rhino under the tree, over there. He's where, come. And starts walking towards the rhino. And it's like,
yeah.
Now you can already visualize this, right? It's bush. You can't really, you can see a little koppie there with a 30 meters, 25 meters, 30 meters of this nice little opening. I can see this rhino staring back, and he starts walking towards Aubrey because he can hear this noise and he can smell something, and he's going to investigate. And so the two, with equally rubbish eyesight, start walking towards each other, and I'm like, "Aubrey, no, go, don't do that.
Don't do it.
And about the same moment, they both saw each other. So their eyesights were perfectly the same, just as dire for each of them. They both saw each other at the same time, both script, turned and bolted the other way.
That's
now,
brilliant.
look at all the words I've used in describing that story.
Yeah.
So the poker guys get it.
Yeah.
Because I've explained.
Yeah.
Along the way.
Yeah. No, but that's cool. Though.
That's cool.
Yeah. Because a lot of people and it's so funny because we would, it's not an everyday occurrence, but it's a possibility in South Africa. Whereas like in the UK, that ain't going to be a possibility, that you're going to stumble into something that you shouldn't really stumble into.
You just know that's a stag do gone wrong.
Yeah.
If you're waking up in that situation.
It's like Hangover Africa edition.
What?
Yeah.
I don't remember it being this hot.
So do you know a YouTuber by the name of David Dobrik?
No. I know a YouTuber by the name of Andrew Marsh.
Oh, no.
Never heard of
I don't know him either. Anyway, he's one of these big YouTubers in America, and he's got obviously quite a large youth following, if you want to put it that way, younger generation. He was in South Africa recently, him and the vlog, what they call the vlog squad. or some of the members. And they came to Africa. They're in the middle of the Africa. Meanwhile, they're in Johannesburg. Or they go out to the Kruger Park. They go out to the Kruger Park and they go, obviously in this private camp, but they go to this camp where they're told, listen, please don't walk around after dark because, there are elephants and there are hyenas and that kind of stuff. And I mean, like for us, we've been to these places where you've been told, look, there are, there are wild animals here. You're fairly safe, but don't tempt fate, and I mean, stories where you're sitting around the campfire and the next minute you see some eyes there and you shine a light and it's a hyena. But I mean, the hyena's not really going to attack a group of people, but they're there. You know what I mean? So anyway, these guys are there in this thing, and like, you can hear the lions grunting after dark and all that kind of stuff. And these oaks are shitting themselves. Like literally to the point that there's no, we've got to get out of here. They've got to go and find themselves a 5-star. Yeah, they've got to go find a 5-star game lodge rather than this like really bare bones kind of place. I mean, it wasn't a bad place. It was just that.
I'd be up for it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, it's so funny, yeah. Oh, we're in the middle of Africa, and he pulls up his cell phone. He says, can't believe it. I've got 4 bars, like reception.
Oh my God.
But I mean, come on, dude, you're in South Africa. It's not like you're in the middle of Africa. You're not in the Congo or CAR or.
But that's misconception, because in Congo, even in the jungle, you'll have cell phone reception.
Yeah, fair enough.
You might not have data reception, but
look, I reckon Africa is probably got better coverage in Africa than you have in North America. Because, I mean, there are even places in North America, rural areas in North America, you don't get cell phone signal.
So, guys, let me tell you a story. 10 years ago, I spent about 6 months on and off in Democratic Republic of Congo in the middle of the jungle. And I was using one of the Congolese operators. Well, it's actually not sure whether it's purely Congolese or Congolese French. It's called Orange.
Yeah.
And I was literally in the middle of the jungle with this cheap Nokia cell phone and a prepaid Congolese SIM. And I could make phone calls to South Africa from the middle of the jungle, perfectly fine. There wasn't any issues.
Yeah, it's sounds like you're next door. Where are you? I'm in the CAR. I'm in DRC.
In fact, it was cheaper to call South Africa from my Congolese prepaid SIM than it was using my South African number and call via roaming.
Yeah, it's crazy. Crazy. Yeah. Formula One, dudes. Did anyone watch the Grand Prix last weekend?
Yeah.
Yep.
Why are you guys so disappointed?
I'm not disappointed.
Lester, why are you so disappointed?
Just get it out of your system, all right? Just
say it.
Get it out of your system.
Just say it. No? Can I say it for him? So that Oleg is leading the Formula One fantasy. Never watched a Grand Prix in his life. Took the dart, put some names on the dartboard, threw a couple of darts and said, okay, I'm going to take those guys for my F1 fantasy, and he's winning. He's leading the championship.
I just think races. He took all the names we were talking about and quickly got his team together using the names we were throwing out there. Because I mean, out of the top 4 teams, he's got 3 of the top 4 slots.
Yeah. Anyway, interesting stat about the last Grand Prix.
It's beginner's luck, guys. Beginner's luck.
Always. See, that's what happens when you don't overthink it. So the gap between the first and the second person was half a second. And the last time that was the case at the end of a race was in 2010. Yeah. So just in terms of the changes that have come to the formats and the cars and the aerodynamics and all that kind of stuff in terms of trying to make it more fun to watch, I think they've made some good progress there.
Yeah, I think it's achieving what they were trying to do and even it out. The cap on spending, all of these things has finally come to a point where this is a lot more competitive. Yes, you're still going to have a few teams that are maybe dominating but the gap is closed, and there's a lot more competition for the rest of the teams,
Yeah.
and that makes fantasy Formula One quite hard. It's
Do
luck
you
of the
guys
draw.
do you guys think Hamilton's gonna make a comeback?
I think if he gets the right car under him, yeah, I'm sure he will.
Yeah.
And I mean, you know, oddly enough, I mean, he's not doing too badly. I mean, he came third in the first race, and okay, you know, he didn't do extremely well in the second. But I
Yeah.
mean, the thing is that, you know, I mean, he's still there. It's not like he's completely out of it. But yeah, I think Mercedes. I mean, I think the resources that Mercedes have and the experience that they have, they'll bounce back. It might take them, you know, half of the season to get on top of the car, and they might make a serious comeback, whether they're going to win another world championship, or if, you know, who knows? It's possible, but highly unlikely. Listen, those Ferraris are looking pretty fast.
Yeah.
But I have to say, besides Red Bull's issues that they've had, I think that Red Bull's done a good job on the balance that last year they were concentrating on winning the championship for Max. Okay. I suppose they were also trying to chase the Constructors' championship. I mean, they didn't succeed in that in the end. But the fact that they were concentrating on trying to get Max the best car to win the championship, which I think they achieved. Mercedes, on the other hand, were focusing, well, I presume, focusing on the same thing, which has impacted their development of their new car for this year. And the fact that Red Bull's still being able to come out with a competitive car, in spite of the fact that they were concentrating on the championship last year, I think is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
And I am biased, by the way, because I'm a Red Bull fan.
And Ferrari.
Look, I think Ferrari's done a good job. I mean, they openly admitted that last year they had started developing this year's car halfway through the season last year. And I think from a power unit point of view, I think they've done something. They've found some more performance out of their power units. And you can see that in the other cars that are running Ferrari engines, like, for instance, Haas. I mean, who would have thought that Haas would come from the back of the grid last year to the best of the rest this year?
You know, there's this cap on development and on spend.
Yes.
So what I'm hearing is that Ferrari got to their limits and decided, oh, we're going to overspend here. Let's share this. And they approached the Haas team going, do you want to join our pots and we'll split it? So we don't go over the cap. As Haas benefits from the technology, Ferrari benefits from not overspending. Should that be allowed?
Well, I suppose in a way, think about it this way. If you are supplying a customer engine supplying an engine to a customer, so Ferrari's full works, they're supplying engines to Alfa Romeo and they're supplying engines to Haas. Okay? If Ferrari has to carry the full weight of the development of the power unit, right, the expectation is that you would pass that sort of cost or part of that cost on to your customers, surely?
Agreed.
Yeah.
And if I was Ferrari, I'd be looking for any which angle to get more money to spend on producing the best car.
Well, I mean, I don't
naturally
see
pass
an
on
issue
all
with
the secrets.
You see,
Yeah, but then you just end up with half the field all having the same engines, all combining their money to be fighting for the top.
well, I suppose whichever way you recover that how can I say that development cost. I mean, if at the end of the day it's benefiting the sport and making it a little bit more equal, I mean, what's the issue? Because the reality is, I mean, there are rules in place that say that there are certain components of the car that you have to develop yourself. Okay, and there are some that you can buy from someone else, but there's certain parts that you can't. So the FIA is in a position to control that in the sense that, well, okay, that you have to develop yourself, that you can buy from someone else. So like if you look at Aston Martin or Racing Point, as they were previously known, they got into trouble for that for their brake ducts because apparently they had got it directly from Mercedes. Was it last year or the year before? I can't remember. And they had to prove that they developed those brake ducts themselves. Right? So there are certain things that they wouldn't be able to get away with in terms of developing certain parts. So I don't know. I'm not too sure. I don't know too much about it.
Yeah, let's see what happens. But I just like where we're at. It's a lot more competitive. It's proper racing. The drivers all seem to be enjoying it.
Yeah.
Almost.
Almost.
Because they feel like, their skills come into play. This goes back to how they were go-karting. It's just everyone on any day can win.
Yeah. And I mean, I suppose it also proves that, the car has such an impact on your performance. Because, I mean, look at Kevin Magnussen. I mean, he's got a competitive car, and all of a sudden he's up there in the top 10, where they historically were at the bottom of the field, right? I suppose it's nice to see drivers' talents come into play. You know what I mean? That it's not purely because you've got a shit car, you aren't competitive. You've got a half competitive car and I suppose half competitive, but I mean, that your skills are have a greater influence on the result than previously. I think that's important. Yeah.
All right. So for the record, Oleg is currently leading our fantasy Formula One with a team 2 with 459 points. Oleg, where is that in the world rankings? Because you've got to be up there somewhere.
I need to double check.
I don't know.
I need to double check. The last time I checked was just after the Saudi Grand Prix. So I was doing pretty well, but then I haven't looked at it for the last couple of days.
So, well, they haven't really been racing the last couple of days, so I think you're all right.
No, but I haven't looked at the detail breakdown of where I am with the global.
Okay. So I'm in second place and 36 points behind. So there's some work to be done there, and you've got the next 2 teams behind that.
Yeah. So
Marsh is coming last,
and I have some work to be done there.
So what is your strategy going to be here, Andrew? Are you going to go with your guts, or are you going to try and choose a different team to us to hopefully catch up the points? Because if you just choose the same people we have, you'll never catch up.
Thank you for pointing that obvious thing out. I will just have to see if I can make some strategic changes. The chances of me catching you guys is like
I'm not going to
slim.
change anything about my loadout.
Pretty slim, man. Pretty slim. I think one of my biggest mistakes was putting my money on McLaren and on AlphaTauri. Oops.
Yeah, but it might still come right. Who knows? I see you've used your Mega Drive already.
Have I?
Yeah.
And? Did
Well,
it help me? It didn't help me.
I think let's gloss over that for the time being.
Thank
I
you.
don't know if that was intentional or
Thank you.
Because I struggle with this. I think this site's rubbish. It crashes every time I go in it. They could do better, even though app's rubbish. But anyway, it's what we have. It's what Formula One have. So much money in Formula One. Surely they can get this app right.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. All right. Well, game on. When's the next one? Australia, is it?
Yeah.
Australia,
Next weekend, yeah.
I'm ready.
Have a look at the My Games, and then basically choose the Weekend Craic. And then there you're going to have the...
No, you don't have to rub it in, dude.
Yeah. So the goal is to have 1 Oleg B, 2 Oleg B, and 3 Oleg B. That's the goal.
Oh, really? In that order? Because at the moment, Team 2 is way ahead of Team 1.
Yeah. Yeah,
I mean,
that was
please do try and do that, because that would help both Andrew and I while you mess around with that. Open the door for us to catch up. Yeah. Yeah, well done, Oleg. But this is a marathon, not a sprint.
No, that's very. No, but like, can I ask you guys, what do you think the odds would be if, like, by the end of the season, it's gonna be Team 1 Oleg, Team 2 Oleg, and Team 3, like third place?
Would you going to take first, second, and third?
Yeah.
It's quite possible.
It's right up there with me predicting all the flavors in the Coke challenge without tasting them.
Exactly. Yeah.
As he drinks his Coke.
No Pepsi for you?
No. What are you looking at?
I was just looking at
So where are you on the standing?
817,000th.
Am I there, like, somewhere?
I don't know, because it only went up to 561 there. You would have to log in as yourself and see
then I
where
see.
your
Yeah.
top team was. Yeah. Where are you, Lester? In the world rankings.
Where'd you go? Okay,
So go
I'm
to
in
my games. Go to my games.
Yeah.
And then
I'm in Weekend Craic, yeah.
and then no, not Weekend Craic. Go to the Global League,
There's the Global League.
and then on the right hand side it'll show you, the rankings for the world. But right at the bottom it'll rank your top team that you've chosen.
There's 1.3 million teams in this.
Yeah.
And actually, if you go to
my teams, you should.
front page, you can see it on the front page of my games.
Yeah.
I'm 705,000, so I'm about mid-table.
Yeah, no, I'm 817,000.
Your guys.
Oh, listen, here we go.
What? Yeah. Interesting. Okay, bye. Anyway, shall we wrap it up?
Yeah.
Well, I've got on this day
Yeah.
talking about the movies. Let me just find it. Electric Theatre was the first full-time movie theatre in the US. In LA, actually. Do you want to guess at a year? Yes. Hazard a guess of the year.
I don't know. 1921.
On this day it opened.
1921.
Oleg?
I think it was also turn of the century, so it was like, I don't know, 1906.
You have a knack for this. Because I was also thinking 1920s, before the 30s depression. But, it was 1902.
Well done. Beginner's luck.
Yeah. I know, he's got a knack for this.
It's called instinct, guys. It's called instinct.
Oh. No, it's luck. It's a bit like your Formula One.
But you can't say it's luck. You can't say it's luck if it's like all three teams finish in the top spots. It's like, then it's just...
Yeah, you can't say it's luck when you win the Coke challenge without
tasting
one thing. Fuck.
No, that was worked on your reactions.
Yeah. Okay.
There was something.
But I couldn't read my own reactions properly. You could. Yeah. Know thyself not. Yeah.
Famous deaths on this day. Did you know that John Paul II died on this day, but also on the same day, not the same year? Pope John Paul II, yeah. Winnie Mandela died on this day in 2018.
Wow.
There we go.
Yeah. Okay.
4 years ago.
Mm.
I thought it was longer than that.
And the Pope?
2005.
Okay. He was
They're
quite
not
a famous
related.
pulp. I remember him for some reason. Like, I think he did a lot of like,
I think he did a lot of sort of like public appearances.
yeah.
And he famously got shot.
What? Did he get
Mm.
shot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why, dude?
Or got shot at. I can't remember. Did he get injured? I can't remember.
Can't remember.
Yeah.
Where did he get shot at?
Well, I think he was doing one of these parades. I don't know where it was. I don't know. I suppose I'll have to Google it. John Paul. Was it John Paul II?
Yeah.
Second shot. Attempted assassination. Yeah.
That was attempted. Okay.
Well, I mean, it didn't kill him. Yeah, it was
That
on
wasn't
the
how he-
13th of May, 1981, in St. Peter's Square in Vatican City. Pope John Paul II was shot and wounded, by Mehmet Ali Agca, or whatever his name is, while he was entering the square. The Pope was struck 4 times and suffered severe blood loss. I didn't realize it was that bad.
4 times.
Yeah, 4 times.
Crikey. Was it a shotgun?
Yeah.
He had time in a crowd of people. That's, well, okay.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
It's Casanova's birthday as well on this day. Have you seen pictures of him? His famous Giacomo Casanova.
No.
I mean, he was a ladies' man, but he wasn't that good looking. So I don't know how he did it. Or is it all just the rumors are not true? They're just made up by him.
Yeah, who knows? Yeah.
Maybe it's
what else
not
we
in
got?
the looks, you know.
Well, I suppose that's. I'm not having that discussion.
2001: A Space Odyssey premiered on this day in 1968.
Oh wow!
You know, I don't know if you had it in South Africa, but in 2001, there was a revival of this movie where everybody had to go watch it to see what actually happened in 2001.
Yeah. Much like what was
Back to the Future.
No, yeah, Back to the Future. There you go. There's one. And what about George Orwell's 1984?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, some things have progressed and some things haven't.
Quite.
Yeah.
Do you know there's now a hover bike been invented?
Right.
By BMW.
I'm just going to Google it quickly because I only heard about it yesterday.
Do you think in the future we're all going to be just hovering on the bikes?
Not in Africa.
Why not, dude?
Why not?
Well, geez, we can't even keep our roads maintained.
But that would solve the problem.
No, well, remember, for it to hover, you potentially going to have a particular sort of substrate that you hovering on.
Are we talking about like magnetic levitation hovering?
Yeah, I suppose
or we're
like
talking about
superconductors.
Okay. So we're
I
not
would
talking
imagine.
about,
I
like,
mean, what else? I mean, what other technology?
I was
do you
talking
think that
about
they
like
would
just direct propulsion type of thing.
Yeah, but like to what? Like fans or something?
Yeah.
Nah, I don't think that'll work. Do you think that'll work?
Yeah.
Oh my! This hover bike looks awesome. It looks like something out of Star Wars.
Well,
Okay.
I suppose I'm thinking of Back to the Future as a hoverboard like that. So,
What
do you think?
What's
they
the
would
name?
be able
What's the
to-
name of the hoverback? Andrew. Let's Google. Let's see how it looks.
Japan hover bike costs $700,000 US.
Yeah. That's definitely not affordable, guys.
Well,
It's-
I suppose these things always start that expensive.
I mean, the guy in this video
Yeah, so it's fans, right?
is looking nervous.
So
Conventional
I suppose that would be the way to go, right? The only problem is like, what's the noise level of this thing?
Maybe about 1/3 of a Harley.
Yeah, I was just thinking
In decibels.
compare
No,
it to-
fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. I think I could go for this. The future of the flying motorcycle. Eh?
Yeah.
So I suppose if you've got a turbine pushing air out the
Dude,
bottom,
that looks
and a
like
turbine pushing, and it's Triumph.
wow.
Check there, it says Triumph.
It looks like a. You know what it looks like?
What?
It looks like a jet, like a fighter jet turbine, with a seat strap on it.
Exactly.
It does look like something out of Star Wars.
How about something like that?
I can't see what you're looking at.
That view, that's a bit weird, dude. Like, I don't know. That's a bit weird because it's like, I think that looks
There's
awesome.
BMW's version,
I think that looks awesome.
1250 GS.
I think it properly looks like a 1250 GS.
Yeah. Anyway, like no one knows what we're looking at. So
Yeah.
right.
Is that all we got? That's all we got.
That's all I've got.
Are we all spent?
Yeah, because I'm just
I
about to pass out because I'm getting high on motorcycle petrol fumes. Yeah.
I was going to say, someone's nicked your car again.
Yeah.
No,
My bike's in for a service.
No. His bike isn't for service, but he's got two beauties standing directly behind him.
Okay,
this is
Are
the
you
moment.
frozen? Are you frozen?
I'm waiting to see what happens when the garage door opens.
Jeez, dude, I can't breathe anymore. I'm gonna pass out.
You serious?
Yeah,
Is it that bad?
it's that bad.
Okay, cool.
Oleg stinks that much.
No. It has nothing to do with the fact that I farted.
I can't even smell that, dude. Okay, bye.
Can we get some exit music, please?
Can't you hear the exit
Exits.
music?
No, exit stage left.
Can't you hear it?
No.
Well, it's playing on
Hello?
our side.
Come in, Moscow. No, I can't say that anymore.
Oh, Freudian slip. I wonder.
You know what's gonna happen now? You know what's gonna happen?
Oh,
He's gonna have a knock on the doors,
gosh.
like,
What have I
Yeah.
done?
Yeah, his connection's gonna start going dodgy again.
It's
Yeah.
been so good for the last 50 episodes.
I was still
See there,
screaming,
you know what
dude.
it is? Can you hear it now?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, it's noise
No,
suppression.
Teams,
Yes.
Teams noise suppression.
Yeah,
Blocked
I
out the
see.
music.
I think we're still streaming on Twitch.
Yeah, no, we're still streaming everywhere actually. So don't say
Really?
anything. So check here. Can you hear the music now?
No.
Ah. Can you hear the music now?
Yes.
Okay.
It's very faint.
And how about now?
Yes.
Okay, how about
Still
now?
faint. No.
No.
Okay.
Okay. It's noise suppression on Teams. Ta-da! Okay, cool. We'll check
Right,
you
there you
next
go.
week.
Another review of the application that we so depend on.
Yeah.
Free to you.
Look,
listener.
when I tried to log in today, it was like, oh no, you need to log in and you need to.
Maybe it was
you need
like-
to get the admin of Marshland Media, which is the name of my,
Which
you know,
is-
my
which is
business
him,
on
which is
on.
him.
Yeah, you need to get your admin to give you access. Like, I am the admin, and you've got to understand the context. At work, they've rolled out this initiative to remove everyone's admin access on their laptops and only give access to people
yes.
that. So, like, all of a sudden, I'm like, geez, did they have access to my personal computer too? Yeah. So, yeah. Okay.
They most likely do.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Anyway.